Welcome to the Lovestead.
Hello lovebirds, welcome back to the Lovestead and to this week's reading vlog. Hi my friends, I'm so excited that you're here for another vlog. If you've been watching my vlogs, thank you so much. I have really enjoyed spending this time with you. So this week I'm excited because I'll probably get a lot of reading done. I actually have Thursday, Friday, Saturday off work for vacation. Hallelujah! Friday, July 2nd, I am actually hosting some reading sprints on my channel, so we'll get some good reading done at that time. And I'm also excited because I don't have any firm reading plans. I'm letting myself mood read. The doors are wide open. Now I have like stacks of books around my house that I'm like eyeing as I go through the day and thinking, yeah, maybe I'll read that one, maybe I'll read that one, maybe I'll read that one. So it'll be a surprise what I read this week. But I did start yesterday The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. This is a book that I'm reading as part of the Queer Lit Readathon and really enjoying it so far. Wow, is it a masterpiece. I'm about a quarter of the way through and it is just, it's taking my breath away. It is so beautiful. It makes you really think about things. The characters are very interesting and complex and layered, and really enjoying it so far. What I read after that will be a mystery, but I'm also continuing to work on The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. I've been listening to this on audiobook for the past few weeks. I'm pretty close to being finished with that. I absolutely am enjoying that story. If you're not familiar with The Goldfinch, it is about a young boy who goes to a museum with his mother. There's a terrorist attack and he ends up taking a painting called The Goldfinch, and then like the rest of the story is tracing how he handles the theft of this painting throughout his lifespan. It really is a Bildungsroman, which is a coming-of-age story. It's very dark and depressing, but Donna Tartt is writing it so beautifully that I am really enjoying it. I tried reading this last year, but I stopped about halfway through, and I think looking back on it, it wasn't because I wasn't enjoying the book. I just got fatigued because it's really long. That's something that happens with me commonly when I am reading really big books. So I think the route that I need to go with big books is audio, because the audiobook version of The Goldfinch is working really well for me, and I'm really enjoying the book. I am also going to continue working on Ace. You've seen this in like my past 4 vlogs, but Ace by Angela Chen, What Asexuality Reveals About Desire, Society, and the Meaning of Sex. This is a work of nonfiction about asexuality. It's very good. I'm just working through it quite slowly because I'm taking it little pieces at a time, letting myself digest those little pieces before I move forward. I'm a little over halfway through, so we'll see how much progress I can make on this one this week. And yeah, aside from that, those are the 3 that I'm currently reading, which like that's pretty normal for me. I usually am reading around 3 books at a time. I like to have an audiobook, a nonfiction, and a fiction going all at the same time. So as soon as I finish one of these, the door is wide open as to which one I pick up next. So stay tuned. Hey, so I just wrapped up work for the day and I need to run to the garden center for this project in my back garden that is totally out of control. So I thought I would take you along with me during my little errands here. I have to stop by the library to drop off some books that are overdue, whoops, and then pick up some stuff at the garden center. I'm sort of dreading this project that I have to do in the back garden because, I mean, I'll show you. My back garden it's out of control. But what I keep reminding myself is that, like, 5 years ago even, like, I was praying to have the garden that I have now. So, like, ultimately, I'm really thankful that I have this work to do, right? Because 5 years ago, it's what I was praying for, and, like, now I just have to be a better steward of it, basically.
Anyway, I'm rambling now. My car is not turned on. I'm not on the road. Nobody give me safety advice because I'm not driving yet. I'm just sitting here in my car. Anyway, yeah, so let's go to the garden center. I have to get mulch and a shovel. Those are my 2 objectives. Classic sign of a plant addict. I went to the garden center for mulch, and I came home with a Hoya and a pepperonia. Pepperonia? Pepperomia. Clearly I'm hungry. I'm thinking about pepperoni. It doesn't even look like a pepperoni, but it is so pretty. Look at that. And this Hoya has little variegations on it. And it's also quite lovely. Happy Wednesday, friends. I don't yet have a reading update for you. I mean, I finished the Goldfinch, but I need to gather my thoughts on it before I share what I thought of it. But today is my last day at work before I get like a 6-day vacation, and so it's going to be a long day at work. I want to get caught up and work a little bit ahead on some things so that I can fully take my vacation and not have to worry about logging in or like worry about falling behind while I'm away. So it's going to be a long day at work, and I'm off to get some fortifications. I got Diet Coke, Lunchable, Chex Mix, because apparently I turn into a 12-year-old under stress. I ordered more caterpillars here, and once again, it was supposed to be 3-day shipping and it took 5. So it's gonna be a little tense here to see if the caterpillars are even still alive. Okay, here they are, and once again, they're huge. Because it took so long to get here. So we really won't get to see growth. They are about ready to make a chrysalis. Actually, they are looking that big already. Wow. So they must be alive, or they wouldn't have grown that much. So there's that. They're definitely alive. At least these guys are. They were wiggling. This is the back garden I was telling you about. It is overrun with parsley right here and some really tall weeds. I also have garlic that I have grown this year. And so basically my plan is, let's see if I can get it in frame here. Yeah, it is out of control. So my plan is to first pull up the garlic. Then I'm just gonna prune and cut down all the weeds, and then line the garden with newspaper to kind of suffocate the stuff I don't want there anymore. and then top the newspaper with mulch. And I've got all day to do this, so I'm just going to take my time and enjoy the process, I guess. Thursday reading update for you. I'm not showing you my face because I look a hot mess after working in the garden, but I did finish the Goldfinch. I'm still gathering my thoughts on that. And then I tried to listen to the whole Cat and Caboodle on audio, and it just really wasn't sinking in for me. I think I need to listen to it at another time when I can give it more of my attention. And then I did listen to White Fragility. I do a lot better listening to nonfiction on audio because it feels more like a podcast or a lecture to me, so I have no problem taking in nonfiction on audio, and I absolutely loved White Fragility. I thought it was so good, and I want every white American to read it. My other reading update is that my boyfriend has been really into true crime lately, and listening to him talk to me about all of his true crime interests, I got really in the mood to read a Tess Gerritsen, and this is a series that I want to finish my reread of this year because her next book in the series comes out in 2022. So I picked up the Keepsake by Tess Gerritsen, and it is the 7th book in the Rizzolian Isles series. This is about a museum who finds these bodies basically in the museum that have been like mummified and whatnot, that are not ancient bodies, but that there's some archaeologist out there who knows how to do mummies, killing people and turning them into mummies. And so that's basically the premise of this one, and it's really, really interesting. I've only read about 25 pages of it so far. It is a reread, so I know what's going to happen, but it's just so fun. I just love these books so much. So that is my Thursday reading update for you. We finished. Let me get you the full view. Brandon ended up helping me haul mulch and stuff, so that was nice. Let me show you what all is in the garden. So, buried among the parsley, which looks like I need to clip that parsley still, there was sedum, creeping phlox, another kind of sedum, this is salvia back here, this is milkweed. That is not where I want the milkweed, but I didn't cut it down just in case there were monarch butterfly eggs on it. So what I'll do is in the fall, I'll cut it down. Where I do want the milkweed is back here. So like there's milkweed. And I have this space right here in the back. And I want all of that to be filled in with milkweed because that is a host plant for monarch caterpillars. It's the only host plant. And then, okay, so that's sedum. There's another little salvia. There's another sedum here. And then this is all milkweed here. Again, for butterflies, I didn't cut it down because it looks like there are some pieces kind of chewed on. And I don't see any caterpillars necessarily, but I don't, again, want to check every leaf for eggs either. This is a rose, and it has not done very well in the heat, so I'm going to make it a point to start watering that every day, because we have had a drought here, and once it's strong enough to start blooming, it's like a really pretty peach color. And then salvia, more creeping phlox. That's a light pink peony. Here we've got daylilies, and then that's like a dark magenta peony. And then along the trellis, I have clematis, which have bloomed once, and hopefully I'll get some more flowers out of it yet this summer. That would be nice. So, yeah, so I still have some work that I want to do. My next step is I would like to plant the pink rose that I have out by the buckets right in here. I have surprise lilies planted like right there, so they'll come up in the fall, but then I want to plant that pink rose here, so then I've got like the two roses. And then along the front near the brick in the fall, I want to plant crocus and parrot tulips. I want to fill that all in back here with milkweed. Yeah, that's the garden. Big difference from yesterday. Wanted to give you a little update on some of the growth in the bucket garden. Last week I showed you all the different plants that I have, but I've got baby tomatoes started here. This is the early girl tomato, and I've got some starting here on the Better Boy, I think these are. I think I said beefsteak. Yeah, no, these are beefsteak. So, beefsteak tomatoes have some babies. My purple Kieran tomato has some babies. I've got some nice cayenne peppers going. A good chunk of cayenne peppers here. This is a zebra, not a brandywine, but I have some flowers on the zebra tomato. I've got some flowers on the Dr. Witchy. I have some flowers popping on my bell pepper. I have flowers started on jalapeno here. They're itty bitty still. And I've got some baby cucumbers. There's a baby. There's a baby. There's a bigger one down here. So we've got cucumbers getting going. So things are looking fruitful so far. Hello, it is Sunday and I have a reading update for you. Yesterday I finished The Picture of Dorian Gray, and Dorian Gray is a classic. It's about Dorian, who is like this beautiful young man who has his portrait painted, and and then he sells his soul to stay young. And the assumption is that he sells his soul to the devil in order to stay young forever, so that the painting then grows old and he stays young. And it kind of just unravels. And the last 2/3 of the book really takes a turn, like a turn that I didn't see coming. So I'm gonna give this book 4 stars out of 5. It's truly a masterpiece. Oscar Wilde discusses so many interesting ideas, and a lot of them overlap with the Goldfinch, which was really interesting. So a lot of the discussions on like the gray areas between good and evil, art, what art means to humanity, hedonism, very much overlaps with the Goldfinch. So that was like an unplanned synchronicity in my reading this week. The thing of it is, the book left me feeling kind of gross. Like, I didn't feel like with the Goldfinch, I finished reading it and I felt satisfied and I felt joyful. I finished reading Dorian Gray and I felt gross. And like I didn't like the way it made me feel. So it's not getting a 5-star read, but it is, like, it's a work of genius. It really is. So 4 stars out of 5 for that one. I'm continuing to read Ace by Angela Chen and The Keepsake by Tess Gerritsen. And I started on audiobook Becoming by Michelle Obama. So that's my reading update for you for Sunday. Alright, here is what I have done with my garlic. Basically, I cut the top scapes off. Those are edible scapes that we can eat here yet. And left plenty of room here so that I can tie them and hang them in my basement. I guess this is how you cure garlic, it's the word for it. And I just gently brushed like the dirt off of the bulbs. This is my first time working with garlic. So any of you serious gardeners out there, if you have tips for garlic, please let me know. I definitely pulled them too soon, but I just needed to get them out of my garden because my garden was a wreck. So I know next year when I do it, I'm not going to pull them as soon, and I think I'm going to do them in like these giant buckets instead of in my actual garden, and see how they do. But yeah, if you have any advice for me at this stage of like handling and storing and preserving garlic, please do let me know. I'm basically just going to tie them together in bunches and hang them downstairs in my basement. Okay, there we are. They are tied up. Am I doing this right? Oh, someone more experienced is going to come onto my channel and probably rip me a new one because I'm such a noob when it comes to this kind of stuff and homesteading. So I'm probably like doing so many things wrong here. But that's the process of learning, right? So like, I welcome feedback. I really do.
Hi friends, it is Monday, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this vlog for the week. And let's take a look at what I ended up reading. So, first I finished The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. Absolutely loved it. Gave it 5 stars out of 5. The next audiobook I picked up was The Whole Cat and Caboodle by Sofie Ryan. Just wasn't sinking in for me. I think I need to read that in print. Wasn't a bad book at all. It just, the audiobook version wasn't hitting for me, and I just wasn't absorbing the story, so I DNF'd that. Again, not because it's bad, just because I think I need to read it in print. Then for audiobook I picked up Becoming by Michelle Obama. Still working on that one. I continued to read Ace by Angela Chen. And this one is slow going, but excellent. I absolutely am loving it, learning so much, and I think it's a really important book. I also read and finished The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. It's a masterpiece of a work, but I don't like the way it made me feel, so I gave that one 4 stars out of 5. I also picked up and started reading The Keepsake by Tess Gerritsen. It's book 7 of the Rizzolian Isles series, and as of today I am 158 pages in, which is about a third of the way through the book. This is a reread. I loved it the first time. I'm loving it the second time. That's what I read this week, folks. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. If you made it this far, go ahead and leave a firework emoji in the comments down below. Tell me what you've been reading and anything else you want to talk about down below in the comments. And until next time, make sure that you continue to read good books, drink good coffee, take care of yourselves and each other. Mwah.